Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your weekend and I hope you're doing well. For this particular episode, we'll be doing a wrap up of the first two episodes. Yeah, the first two weekend pews, and this will be a wrap up for the things we talked about in the first two. I think one of the central message, one of the central messages of the first two was religion and responsibility. Religion and responsibility. When we put religion and responsibility together, it kind of contradicts, but there's a method with which you can make this thing align. Like religion and responsibility, there's a method through which you can make this thing align. And actual religion in its true sense carries out responsibility. But when religion gets to a point where people start to infuse things into it, people start to infuse their own personal knowledge into it, it tends to break. It tends to it gets defiled. It gets unpure. Like once something gets diluted, it's not pure anymore. Like it's not the same way. It's not just the exact way it is again. So that is what has been happening, and that's what has been depriving people of taking responsibilities, or doing things that shows that they are responsible. One of the areas we've touched in the last two episodes is the aspect of we praying for things, praying for miracle, praying for things that we should literally get. I was mentioning in one of my books, or I think in one of a discussion I had about there's this lady, this Jehovah Witness lady on Twitter, which is currently X. Yeah, she was offered help up to the amount of 30 million naira from different people, well-meaning Nigerians, just to get a cancer cured. And she agreed that she's going to take treatment. But along the line, they told her, oh, it's time for blood transfusion. And she was like, I know, our religion says this, our religion says that. So it got to a point where people that contributed started, feeling insulted. They felt like, why should you risk your life for the purpose of religion? Religion is man-made. Like we men created it, and we are telling you now, for now, drop it, save your life. Because at the end of the day, is who is the living that practice religion. If you are not alive, you won't practice anything. If you are not alive, like nobody can. Who do you have you seen any dead person attending church service, going to the mosques, or going to traditional blah blah blah? We hear stories of ancestors. Ancestors are here. Ancestors are guiding us, and the whole likes of that. But it hasn't gotten to a point where we put this thing at the center of our life, or make it the goal, the central point of our life, because at the end of the day it is man-made. If you go to church, go to mosque, and look at everything that is in there, it is still to promote a particular culture that is of benefit to men. If you look at religion from the inside out of it, you see it's still everything is just to promote a culture that is to the benefit of man. So, and the man cannot be you. It cannot always be you. Like it cannot always benefit you. So at times in situations where religion doesn't benefit you, you have to use your initiative, you have to use your logic, your critical thinking, ability should, be awakened at that point. And that's just to get you to, give yourself the solution you need at the time. So the lady was not, getting it that way. She refused the help, and claimed that the people from her church would get help for her. That's how they did all the halubalu, and at the end of the day she passed on. And it was painful. Everybody complained, why we should do, and they reduced the help, they channeled the help to other people that are ready to take medications. But at the end of the day, people still felt for her like, no, this thing is our own cause. It's not even religion at the end of the day. This is someone deliberately deciding to, not take responsibility. They don't want to, be there. They're expecting a miracle. Let's assume now that as all those things is happening, and she's related to one of these Pentecostal church ministers, they will tell her that don't worry, don't worry. God will do it. Don't worry. Before you reach home, a miracle will happen, blah, blah, blah. Do you likes of that? I don't know if we know, or if religious people know that It's a miracle, like it's a favorable thing for you to get healed through medication. Another thing that I want to look at is I want us to look at is this, and this is still about health. About 10 years back, 10 years back, this is 2026. About 10 years back, I was, always falling sick. I think 10 years or more back, I was always falling sick. Then when I attended one program, the program was only from the rock, from one of my early churches like that. I prayed in the program. We did all the, normal prayers and everything. At the end of the day, they asked us to ask one thing from God that, what's that one thing we want God to do for us? Fine. I asked, I said, my health. I'm always having health issues, blah, blah, blah. I want it to reduce. I want it to go. And, luckily enough, for the past 1, 2, 3 years, after that prayer, I did not, have to go to the hospital. I did not have to do anything that has to do. I will not I get sick to the point where I have to go to even the clinic or anything. So, in my head, I was feeling like, oh, God has done it. God has done it, not knowing that it's just, the body healing itself, or the body, getting immunized over those things that used to, make my health down. In the past 5 years, I can, count how many times I've received injections, taken drugs and everything. Not because that prayer did not work, but because the prayer is working in a way that I was not expecting. Yeah, I did not take much drug, and that was because it's nature. Like the body heals itself. You get to a point in your body where your body starts to, adjust to all the drugs that it has been given, and it starts to heal itself. It starts to, make itself better. It happens. It's not spiritual. It is natural. Just the same way your hair grows, your body grows. Once you take the right diet, exercise, do everything you need to do, everything just starts happening naturally. You don't need to do any special thing for the sun to shine. You don't need to do any special thing for the rain to fall. Like the rain, it will still rain regardless of whatever you're doing. In fact, let it be that you gather 100 people together and you are killing them, like you are ending their lives. It will still rain if rain wants to come. It doesn't mean that everything is nature. You should just prepare for the consequences of whatever you are doing. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe that karma works, but most times actions have consequences. So I think that is what religion is trying to evade. You can't tell me you are consuming soda and you won't fall sick. Like you soda drink, energy drinks, always that's all most of the things you consume. You say you won't fall sick. How? You can't tell me you are not eating. Like you just deliberately decide that you will not be eating. Like not just because you're fasting. You are just depriving yourself of food. Yeah, you might still be alive, but the nutrient needed for certain immunization in your body. Like let's say you fall sick and you need some kind of immunization for you to get well. At that point, you just realize that you are not getting better, and you cannot start eating all the food that you've not been eating so far, or you cannot start regurgitating, like, or removing the food that you've eaten, like the bad junks and everything. You cannot. So these are one of the things we should pay attention to, and most times when we have health issues, we should consult our doctors, consult your medical practitioners, let them know what is going on. It's not a matter of, I want to pray to God. God is not your doctor. God is not your healer. He works with men, it works with science, he works with everything around you to make these things work. If God was your healer, if you have headache the next time you have headache, or you have any ailment, don't do anything that has to do with rest. Don't rest. Just say God will fix it and he will fix it. No, you are damaging your health. Yeah, I know people have talked about supernatural situations and all of that, but when these things fails, they don't tell you. When all these balu of, oh, it works, when it fails, they won't tell you, because to them it is personal to them. They feel like, oh, this year, let me not say this, so it will not end some people's faith. Some big men of God, or let's say some big spiritualists you've known, have died of certain ailments, but they will never tell you it was the ailment that killed them. Rather, they will tell you it is God that took them. No, they will not tell you, because they want you to believe that they lived a good life. I know of a man of God that died due to the kind of things he consumes, like the sweet things. He had some liver problem or whatever it is. He died because of that. Till today, the January 2026. Nobody from his family has told anyone that that is what killed him. It's just, by privilege that I got the information even before he died. Nobody said it because, they want you to believe that, see, there are a lot of things to this thing, but at the end of the day, religion and responsibility is the last time I'll be talking about this. And, I want you to pay attention to it and, save yourself. Don't be a victim of, dogmatic religion, dogmatic followership. Don't be an irresponsible idiot. Don't be an irresponsible idiot. I'm repeating, don't be an irresponsible idiot. Don't be stupid. Enjoy your life and allow yourself grow. Allow yourself grow. Allow yourself enjoy life. Like allow yourself live this life to the fullest. All right. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your comments.